whenever I get to meet the people from different sectors, it was very crucial to see that we all came here for the same cause, to make the digital payments initiatives as efficient as possible. So we saw like private sector companies such as Visa, we saw like private sector companies such as Pay, and I'm from UNDP, and we all want to come together to be able to contribute to a cause to make people not left behind. And I think sometimes when you live in countries where like everything is like functioning very well, you forget that actually there are countries in the world that actually cannot get the basic needs such as cash. They cannot go to markets and buy food, water, milk for their child. So I believe that within this council, we are going to be able to change some policies, hopefully, and come on like a common ground and to find out what is the best ways to move forward so that we can address the challenges the countries that are facing. So I believe that now we are building the Government Blockchain Academy within UNDP and our partner like Exponential Science team. And I believe that everything starts on a governmental level so much because all the banking systems, all the transactions that are going in the country, as well as the data protection, depends on the countries. So I believe that if we can change the policy framework, if we can change the regulations to make sure that actually what we need is for these people to get the cash that's needed, especially in disaster times. So I believe that if we can come together in this space to be able to have those people and change the regulatory framework, it will be very important. And at the same time, I think to have a common, like unified way of how we can move forward the things, to be able to distribute the funds is very crucial. And I think that the people in need are going to receive the funds on time if we all come like collaboratively and work towards the same goal that we have. So I'm from Turkey, and several years ago we had an earthquake, and it was very difficult to send money to those people in need with the earthquake. And like Afghanistan was one of those countries that was also affected by it. And I think that it was so crucial for them to be able to like identify the people in need, the people like who needs really the basic sources to be able to move on with their lives. And I think that if we can make sure that those people are getting the cash, especially in the disaster times, and of course Afghanistan, because of the given very complex situation within the political system as well as the other ways, I think the people in need, children, women, and the families will get the needs that they need, especially for the basic human needs we need in the crisis context. And I know that like Pay has been doing like incredible work on the ground, like giving funds so that people can cash out the money and they can use it in the local markets and make sure that they can buy the needs that they need rather than waiting for the need to come to them within like so many months later the funds come. But now with the cash that they receive, they can then make decisions to buy the needs that they need without like anyone in the middle to make sure that they get the basic needs. I think one of the most crucial aspects is gonna be about remittances. We have so many people that are living abroad and they want to send funds to their families or those in need, especially in the disaster times. When we had the earthquake in Turkey, the first thing that I thought was how can I send funds to Turkey, those people in need? And I think blockchain payments can really distribute the funds because whenever you want to send money from abroad to the host countries, the fees are really very high and very expensive. So sometimes they even give the 50% of the funds to the fees to be able to send the funds. And I think with digital payments and blockchain, we can decrease the fees to a really substantial amount. And at the same time, we can make it more efficient and fast payments. And I really believe that if we can make it happen, the humanitarian aid and the lack of funding that we have can really be replaced because people in diaspora, they want to support their host countries anyway. So in this way, I think they will also feel more comfortable to send the funds because they will know that the funds that they want to send is not going to be spent on the fees and they're so expensive costs. So I think that the collaboration with the blockchain companies and working with diaspora and remittances will be the most crucial aspect when we want to implement the technology. So the benefits is that there is the less funds that are spent on the fees, but when I mean less funds, it is not 5%. It is really substantial amount of funds that goes to the fees will be decreased. There will be transparency aspect, which I think is very important. You will know the funds that you send are going to the right people that you want to support rather than the middlemen that maybe will not give you the data that you need. So I think that is very important. So increase of transparency. And at the same time, to make sure that the funds that you want to give will go to the right people in the right time. So it will not be distributed to the people that are maybe associated with, let's say, political organizations or different organizations that you don't want to contribute. So I think that increased efficiency and then the lower cost on the fees as well as transparency will be the main focus of the digital payments.